Are these RCs kind of, I guess, what you call cool? They are definitely designed and likened to be like something else. There's also a reason why companies do this. There's a reason why companies will mimic, or at least try to give you the experience of what a maybe more popular branded RC company could give you, but at what cost? And that's what I'm constantly talking about, what I'm trying to bring out is, at what cost? Like, because in the end, when you think about parts support, parts pricing, you think about shipping, time delays, all that stuff. Now, can that stuff happen for the bigger brands? Yeah, of course it can, because their stuff is also coming from overseas or whatever. There's a lot of things that go into that. When you're buying one of these, where's the value? Where's the value in not just spending the extra couple of bucks and getting the real deal? Like I said, these are fun, but for a limited time. Because honestly, at some point, you realize that that time is limited. Now, this car right here only has 3 battery packs in it, and I already started to suffer squeaking bearings. Well, this thing only has shielded bearings. And when you get into the gears, they're definitely a lesser expensive quality metal than what you would find on the bigger brand name box items. That's where you need to make that decision. Do you spend the extra coin now and get something that's designed with more longevity in mind, including part support? There is a reason why you sometimes go to those bigger brands. So let's break this little Hosim open and see what's going on, because, like I said, we got a squeakiness going on, which is obviously the bearings, or it could be the front CVDs, I'm not sure. And like I had said before with this one right here, this one has friction shocks, which, and then apparently this one has oil filled with, it definitely has that feeling of oil filled. It's upgraded, but how much of an upgrade? Let's find out. All right, so on the bench, we've got the 2 Hosims. This is the first one that I was sent like a year or 2 ago. I think it was like a year. I'm not exactly positive. Things that are good about this, very flexible. Its parts are very flexible to the point to where it doesn't really allow that much breakage. I mean, when you see this piece right here, you can see how this plastic flexes, which is great. Now, I do not have a 1/16 scale REVO, but just knowing Traxxas, I already know that you're getting higher quality, probably everything, because it's all in the name, it's all in the brand. Yeah, you are getting a brushless motor, you're getting the combo receiver ESC, and you're getting a what they call a 3-wire micro servo. I just see its bounciness. That was something that drove me absolutely nuts. You are getting supposedly metal gears. We're not going to break open into this one, but I just wanted to bring out that, you know, a company like this, they're trying to make the effort to make the vehicle a little bit better, because this was my biggest gripe about this particular vehicle, was loss of control because of the fact it's so bouncy. With this one right here, the major improvement that I had seen was the shocks. The other improvement was the switch location and the style of switch. However, this vehicle did get shut off. Can't remember if it was me touching it or a branch or whatever, but it just took like, so you could see, press and hold it, turns on, and then you click it once and it shuts off. And I think something had hit this, or the body, and you can see where the body actually presses the switch. See? So I think something had hit it on the side, or maybe I picked it up or something like that, and it shut off or turned on, or whatever the heck the case was. Like I had said with this one right here, this one has a few more battery packs through it. So obviously you can see that these diffs are absolutely wide open. I thought I broke these things open, but I'm not positive. Absolutely wide open. So you'd have to go in and start to tune this. Now with Traxxas, I'm assuming that there's a little bit of a difference as far as quality goes. You can see that these differentials are starting to open up because whatever grease is in there is getting sloshed around or stuck to the sides, and might have to break this open and just see what's going on. But it's what we're talking about is we're talking about the quality difference. So what I'm going to do right now, see if I can find which it was. Okay, so it's the rear. So I'm going to assume that it's the bearings. And is this already getting rusty? Now, I didn't drive this in the rain, but the conditions that this drove in was wet, which was why I had said that with this particular vehicle and its materials, you're going to want to dry it off. So, and that's part of what I'm saying. That's part of what I'm trying to say here, is that I'm not saying that Traxxas is perfect, because they're not, but you really are paying that higher price for a number of different reasons. So it's enough of that. Let's just open this thing up and see what's going on. So this is the Hosim, I think it's HP something. It's the Hosim HP. Yeah, you didn't see that. You didn't see that. There's no battery in here. So I really would like to get my hands on a REVO, just because this thing is a blast, but I need to see and feel the actual difference. You know, do you want to spend the money for this, or do you want to spend almost double-ish, less than double, and get the big box brand named vehicle? So what I want to do, I'm fine with the front. We're getting no squeaking from the front, and the separation feels pretty good, but this rear, I definitely want to see what's going on here. I want to see where the squeaking's coming from. Of course, now it's not doing it. I think it's the shielded bearings. So what I want to do is I want to crack open this differential. So see how we can get to this. Phillips screws, obviously, you know, dirt is all impacted in these things. Now I'm assuming the REVO is probably going to be all hex grade fasteners. Is my guess. But I'm going to go ahead and pop this off. So that's something right away that's going to wear down, is obviously the fasteners. They're going to wear down pretty quick. So looks like we got to go top down. There's a couple of screws that are holding this, looks like it's holding the wheelie bar on. So there we go. So it was 5 screws to be able to take that off. All Phillips. So now that that's off, let's see what we're looking at here. So looks like it's a split case. So I believe what I think I'm seeing, looks like I've got to take this whole support off to get to that. I think that's what I'm seeing here. So I'm going to go ahead and take off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws. Take off this combination like center brace, chassis, looking thing. And it looks like the, actually looks like I should take off the rear wheels too. It does come with a wheel wrench, but I just want to get this apart. So like I said, I'll be back. I'll take this apart and we'll see what's going on here. I think I've got to take... how's that in there? Is that just pressed in there? Huh. Wait a minute. Ah, look at that. So that is pressed in, I believe. So that could become your first issue. There are screws on the back side here. So I'm going to take those off just to see what happens. No, I said I was going to take off those other screws, but I'm seeing something here. Alright, so that can flop away. Now, the bearing actually feels okay, so it could have been this squeaking. Looks like it's in okay shape. I'm going to go ahead and remove this rear shock. Yeah, definitely oil filled, man. Huh. Yeah, it definitely is oil filled. Wow. That is pretty cool. I'm trying to just take this apart. And it is very slightly weeping, but that would be normal. And I don't believe these are going to rust because it's very slightly weeping. But yeah, it definitely has oil in it. I just want to keep it as clean as possible. And you can see how the dirt is kind of discolored here. And it's because of the shock oil. So, I'm not saying it's not like flooding out, but it definitely is leaking very slightly. So I'm going to pop off this top gap. So we're going to find out. And it looks like it's the top. Yep. Wow, check that out. It actually has a little bladder. Look at that. That is actually pretty slick. That's funny. All right, so what I'm going to want to do, I want to push this up to get the shock fluid to come up, and then I'm going to push down and then suck it down and in. Oh, try it again. Get the air out. Push this down. Let it suck down and in, see? I'll go ahead and put this little cap back on. Very surprising, man. That is pretty cool. So yes, these shocks are oil filled. That is pretty slick. So there we go. And flop this out. Take that out, leave that together. What I did want to do, though, is I wanted to see what was going on here, how this is actually in here. And from what I think I can see, that little thing is pressed in there. So I should be able to pop that out. So pull out this little pin. So you can see there's a little bit of rust already forming. And like I said, I wasn't really, I wasn't driving this in wet conditions, but the leaves in the area that I was driving in and some of the dirt did have a moisture content to it. So like I said, it's going to be really important with a model like this to maintenance it, to lubricate things, because otherwise, if you let this rust go, it's just going to keep going and going, and it's going to cause binding. Pop this little guy out. So you can see these little pins, they're pressed in. And it looks like they go this way. So it's in this way. It looks like they want to press back out forward to the vehicle. So I'm going to try and press one of these out right now just to see how difficult it is. Because if you were to break one of these pieces, but see, that's what's good about the fact that this thing is pretty flexible. Look at that. That's why these things are resilient, man. So what I'm doing, so you can obviously see this is the bigger end. I'm going to place that over something that has a hole in it. I'm going to take my screwdriver and see if I can push that through. Yeah, it's going to kind of be a pain in the neck, isn't it? So let's see if I can get this to work. You're gonna have a difficult time doing that. It is popping through. I also don't want to wreck that driver. So you are gonna have a tough time doing that. Let's see if I use the pin. There we go. All right. So you can see it does have a little bit of a knurling on the end, which that's what holds that in. There's a little bit of a knurl on the end there. And then you would be able to pop these out. So it wasn't that bad. And then popping them back in, let's see how easy it is. Probably just be able to hammer it flat, I assume. So over a few times, taking this apart, that knurling would probably become a problem. It operates smoothly. So, yeah. So that's how you take that apart. Let's pop this little axle out. That looks fine. Looks like a bunch of junk is inside of there. I'm going to pop these little bearings out. The other thing that I noticed, when you go on the Hosim website, which I'll be on, it's going to be on screen right now. Go on the Hosim website, and then the difference between the Traxxas bearing, which is a rubber sealed bearing, and this particular bearing right here, which is shielded, and this is a very weird sized bearing. The Traxxas bearing is a rubber sealed, and it's half the money. So there's also something to think about. Bearings are going to be something that go. Seeing that these parts seem to be flexible enough to take the abuse, bearings are going to go in this. I mean, this thing's already squeaking. So, but I can't tell whether if it was the dog bone or if it was the bearing. Because it feels pretty good. But this is definitely something that you'd have to maintenance. So I'm going to go ahead and just pop these bearings out and just get a look at them. Can't really pop it out with that. Nope. Should be able to pop this little guy out. There we go. What it is, it's an odd size bearing. So this one seems like it's pretty good, but you're paying twice the price, and we don't know what the quality of these bearings are. So that could be a problem right there. So fitting this on there. Feels good. The inner bearing has got a lot of just kind of junk on it. So let's see if I can pop that out now. So you can see, and that's like an oil residue that's in there. So I'm going to clean that out. All right, all cleaned up. This bearing was the outer bearing. This one was the inner bearing. You can see it's all, well, I think you can see there's a bunch of grit on it. All right, so that's cleaned up. Now, what I am going to do, and this is going to do two things. This is going to cause a problem, but it's going to save a problem, I think. Normally what I do is I will take 1 drop of oil and I will drip 1 drop of oil inside of there. And what my intent with that is that it just keeps the bearings in good shape, but you have to just know it's also going to attract, it's going to attract stuff too. So make sure that that's settled in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead now, clean that out. Go ahead, just reinstall the axle just to see how it feels. And that actually feels better now. So, alright, let's just drag this little thing over here. See what it's going to take to get into that. So it is this whole case, this whole top section needs to be taken off. So like I said, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 screws, and this whole top plate and little back panel and everything with the wing, everything should come off. So once I get this off, we'll see. If this will take it off. It's probably too big. Yeah. Too big, guy. Too big. This whole thing just comes off as one piece. Now there is grease in there, and it is metal, a metal differential. So there is grease in there. It is a metal differential. Pop this little diff out. Looks like it's in good shape. Oh. And it looks like there's no grit or anything that has gotten inside of there, which is a good thing. So I'm going to go ahead and just crack this open, and I will be putting my grease in there. Alright. So I just want to crack this open, see what's going on. And these bearings are pretty much held in by these little diff cups. So, a little bit of a burr on that right there. So let's see what kind of fluid's inside of here. This is also Phillips. And it's going to be a small Phillips. I don't know if that's feeling good. I don't like the way that's feeling. Might have to get my precision screwdriver because that's feeling super tight. You can see the screws come through the backside there. I'm going to get my precision screwdriver, which should be a little bit better than this. I am going to change up what I just said. If I can find my blowtorch, I'm going to heat up these 4 little sections, because what I feel is they either really cranked these things in here or it's Loctite. So I'm just going to buzz it real quick with some heat just to see what happens. So the only problem with doing that is going to make things a little hot. So let's see if I can crack these open now. Oh, there we go. Oh no. That's broken. Check that out. That screw broke. Ah, junk, man. This thing is hot now. It was only on there for a second. This thing is on fire. So I broke the screw trying to take it out. That is unfortunate. And this one won't come out either. And that one's broken too. Alrighty. Well, I guess we are not going to be servicing this differential, because the screws broke. So there's your one negative right there already. You're not going to be servicing this diff unless you heat this thing up, and then there's the potential of these screws to snap, because they're just cheap. It's just cheap metal. And then trying to put them in, you got to be careful putting them in too. See, look. See, this one snapped. Look at that. This one snapped. Ah. All right. Well, I guess we're not going to do anything about the diff now. So yeah, make sure you heat up that section to where you can't hold it. And then good luck. That's all I can say. Heat it up and good luck. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and just put my grease in there. This is stuff that I use. Not even going to waste my time taking apart the front diff. And I was going to give this thing away. I'm not going to do that now. Now that I know that that's broken. That's dumb. This was going to be a giveaway. So that would cost you a couple bucks right there. You could go through the whole process of breaking the rest of the screws, pulling it apart. I am not into that for this thing. Alright, I'll be back once I put these screws in. What a shame. Yeah, he decided to go ahead and come over here and investigate. Hey, go move from the camera. What's wrong with you? I see you. Get mad at something else. Go that way. Alright. So where are we? Just putting this thing back together. Yeah. The pin itself, like I said, a little bit of rust already. I did put on, obviously, this top plate already. Not going to even bother taking apart the other side. Make sure you put it on the right way. So these are those threaded pin style. So you have just a very small amount of threads at the very end where the head is. So I'm having a hard time reinstalling this little pin. I was just trying to get it aligned. I'm just going to be careful. Just don't use excessive force. I'm going to put it in that way. Looks like there is a right and a wrong. This is where you got to have patience. Probably would have been better off installing this first, then put the bottom on. Again, just be careful. Just get right to where it hits, and that's it. So on this side, I'm going to try it the other way. Put the top on first. So I can guide it and then snap on the bottom. Yeah, see, that's way better. And kind of looks like it's the same. Doesn't look like there's a specific way to put that on. Get the little pin. I think I lost the pin. Yep, must have. Yeah, pin fell out. Make sure you settle that thing. Squeakiness is gone. It was definitely this side. Unfortunately, I couldn't get into the diffs, so that may be a problem, or I couldn't get into the actual diff. So it looks like that's going to be a problem. So could you call that my fault? Man. Yeah, I guess you could, because I probably should have used fire or something to heat that up. But also the fastener is really, really small. And it's a coarse thread Phillips screw. So when I was loosening it, it felt like it was actually loosening. And then when it broke free, it literally broke free. So let's check out online and see what the damage was. I would obviously know on the front differential that I'd have to go ahead and use some fire to make sure that I didn't snap those little tiny screws. Still do have a couple of little screws to put on. That's just reinstalling the wheelie bar and the bumper kind of skid plate looking thing. We'll get this thing back together. And like I said, this was gonna be, a giveaway car, but I just can't. I can't. It's broken. So, I mean, it still works, but it's broken. So let's see what the damage was and how much this little breakage cost me. All right, so we've got two screens pulled up. I think you can see that. So we have, obviously we got Traxxas on the right-hand side. I think that's how it is. Got Hosim on the left-hand side. What I wanted to do is I just wanted to jump in. I did a little quick investigation here, and I realized that this vehicle, which is a 1/16 scale, which is this vehicle right here, right? So this is the HP905. So the only thing that I believe is a real true difference between the HP905, and I think it's called like the Q905. So 1/16 scale, and website's kind of a little messed up. Q905. So the difference between this one and the other one, which is, I don't know, here we go, 1/16 scale. So the difference between that one and this one is the fact that I think the motor is the same, 2845 brushless motor. I'll check that out. But this one has an extra set of tires, got a lipo bag, extra body. The extra set of tires are obviously the paddle tires, you can see right there. So it's got the extra, so it's got the paddle tires, an extra body right there. And I'm going to check the motor just to see if, what was that, 2845? So this one right here that I got, 2847 brushless. So 2847 versus a 2845. So this one has a slight more amount of torque, I think, because I think the 2845 is KV. I think. I really don't know. I don't know about these lesser expensive vehicles. But what I wanted to do, I wanted to check on the parts. So it says parts for parts. Battery. All right. So parts for the Q905, which is essentially the same thing, because you could see when we're going through this, parts for 9155, it does not list, see, it doesn't list that vehicle yet. So I think the only difference is the HP is just the upgraded, I think maybe they're calling it high power, high performance, I'm really not sure. But realistically, the only difference is you won't be able to get the painted body. That's one thing. A 2845 motor. Just want to jump on it real quick. See if that's what it is. Is it? 28/45. I don't get it. Whatever. It's a 45 kV motor. I don't know. I can't read that. You got an optional battery right there. 7.4, it's a 1420 battery. So a little bit more boost, but you can see they got the parts in here. And what I did notice already was that as you scroll down, there's the shocks. So these are the upgraded shocks. So oil-filled shocks upgraded for the Q905 or the HP905, which I believe is what this vehicle is. So $21.98 for a set of 4 shocks. if you wanted to upgrade what you've already got. But this is where I had the issue. So this differential right here comes with everything, and look at that. Even the burr that I discovered on mine is literally right there. That's the burr. What the heck? That's kind of funny. So $12.98, that's what it would cost you. But what I wanted to show you is yes, it comes with bearings, but again, we're talking shielded bearings. So it is lesser expensive. So there is a benefit to this versus that over there. Now I'm going to jump onto these bearings right here. So these bearings right here, not even sure where these go. 8 by 13 by 3.5. These, I believe, are spare parts. Gosh. Bearing accessory. See, it doesn't say. But either way, the bearings are the same price. These may be the wheel bearings. That's why there's a set of 4. So $7.99 for a set of 4 bearings. Hey, you know what? That's actually not that bad now, but you still need to think about the fact that this is just a metal shielded bearing. And then we don't know what the quality is. So I'm going to jump on to the full-size Traxxas site here. So bump this up to full scale. I don't even know why I did that. It's a half-scale picture. What are you getting for your $310? Well, you're getting the brand name Traxxas. You're getting that right there. You're getting the lay-down shocks. You're getting a VXL system. This is brushless. It's just, I feel the quality of what you're getting is just that much more there. Ball bearing construction, vanillion Traxxas something motor. So what I want is parts. So we'll go to parts and accessories, just because I wanted to see real quick. 1/16 REVO. Let's get the little fuses. Telemetry trigger magnet. Oh, TSM. This thing has TSM. So not this one. $100 more and you get brushless. Even you get the TQI radio, right, with this thing? I wanted to go to bearings. So you can literally get all the individual little pieces. So rebuild the center differential, $3. But where are the bearings? I could probably just type in the search bar. Bearings, I would think. There we go. Bearings, rubber sealed. Not sure where those are going. Where are they going? I am in the right vehicle, right? Yeah. 1/16. Oh, bearing. Bearings and bushings. $4 across the board. So you'll be spending. So you're spending technically the same amount of money, but you're getting a higher quality bearing that is rubber sealed. So you're technically spending the same amount of money. So let's just say it was this. REVO. Yep. So it's for that. Buy now. Let's go view the cart. Or times it by 2. Update the cart. Check out. It says I have to click. You literally have to click how you heard about them. Oh my God. Provide the channel. rcguygarage. I'm going to provide my own channel. Might as well, right? Hey, look at that. All right, so shipping is $5. This is where they're going to get you, man. go to this Hosim. We'll just click a bearing. Come on, get out of there. Parts for this. Additional. We'll click on this double pack because could be that. I don't even know. View the cart. We're gonna get that out of there. $7.99. I'm gonna go ahead and check out. Shipping is free. Crap! Oh, but the diff is broken. Shipping is actually free. I thought the shipping was gonna be like $12. All right, so I don't know where I'm even going with this. I think, I mean, I do know where I'm going with this. I guess what I'm saying is, in the end, you get what you pay for. You get what you pay for. You get what you pay for. I'm not saying that the Hosim is bad. I'm really not. But there are just those little things. I did try and search for the actual wheel bearing itself, and I couldn't find the size. I couldn't find the size in a sealed ball bearing. It wasn't coming up. And I don't have the time to sit here for an hour trying to, because that's what I did spend, maybe 20 minutes. But I don't have time to sit here for an hour trying to find it. Now, could I buy it from Hosim? $7.99. I just saved myself technically $5, but I'm still getting the same bearing that's already squeaking. So you need to make that determination of, you know, what you want to do. Do you want to buy a name brand vehicle that's going to take a bigger battery pack? Obviously you can see you've got $310. $310 versus the Hosim, I think, is right now $170. So that's about $140 price difference. So it's almost as if you're kind of almost buying two Hosims. This does come with a battery though, doesn't it? Quick features. Included. It does come with a nickel metal hydride battery. Not a LiPo battery. With Traxxas, you're always going to pay. You're always going to pay. But paying could be worth it in the end. This is the way I look at it. So if you've got maybe an individual, you're not sure whether if you're interested, I mean, maybe you want to get a 1/16 scale. That way you've got like a tiny little grab and go that you can rip around the house. Take it to work with you if you're bored or whatever. It'll take the abuse. It's small enough to basically travel and carry everywhere with you. Maybe if you're getting it for a younger individual, where sometimes the younger individuals, they're not sure what they really like. So if you buy the Hosim, it'll give maybe that person a platform to start with, and if they give up and they don't like it, I don't know, man. But then again, the Traxxas is going to give a better experience because of that right there. Traxxas stability management. See, there are benefits, man. There are definitely benefits. Oh, this actually... So, 2 amp DC peak. So it comes with a charger? Wait a minute. Quick features on the REVO. Traxxas stability management, Traxxas power cell nickel metal hydride battery with ID, a 2 amp DC peak detecting fast charger, TQI transmitter, and yeah, it's easy. Sealed differentials, that's a big one. Torque control slipper clutch. You're getting what you pay for. You point blank are getting what you pay for in this. You're going to pay the Traxxas price, but it looks like it's an all-in-one package, just like the all-in-one package for that Hosim. You're most likely going to get a better runtime. You're definitely going to get a better battery scenario where the battery is in the side door of this vehicle right here. So you can see, oops. You can see you can access the battery through the side door right there. Wait a minute. Wait. What do you mean? Won't let me do the thing there. Wait a minute. Fits 2 Series 1 batteries. I don't know, man. Granted, that's a fake picture. But I'm assuming the quality of the materials, everything about this is just going to be just that much better. And you've got a slipper clutch. Man, Traxxas. See, Traxxas does put their time and effort into those vehicles because it's Traxxas. So, man, but what would you do? Man, you can literally buy every nut, bolt, piece that you need for this thing. Why does the REVO have 2 battery compartments? It only comes with 1 battery, right? Pretty sure it only comes with 1 batteries. Details. TSM benefits. Pretty sure it only comes with 1 battery, right? Overview. I wish they just literally did what's in the box. I guess it's quick features. Traxxas power cell. So what's a power up on this thing? Click to access the power up program for. Just so you could have Bluetooth? Oh, it's a parallel. Oh, wait a minute. It says only nickel metal hydride. Connect the series harness to combine 2 battery packs to unlock the 50 mile per hour speed potential of your vehicle. That's what it is. So that's what it is. You would buy the optional little thing there. What are the specs of the speed controller? Or maybe the details. Okay, so you can go 2 to 3S. Then you kind of have an unbalanced vehicle. Where's the 4,000 kV motor? You could do 2 packs. 1 on each side from nickel metal hydride. And the lipo is 2 to 3S. But and you got upgrades too, jeez. I'm new to this. So nickel metal hydride only. Parallel connector. Huh. I kind of don't like that. Got 3-cell batteries. Got 2S lipo, 25C. Yeah, I don't know, man. That would be a tough decision. I'm not making this any easier, am I? All right, so anyways, this is RC Guy Garage, and basically, I guess you would have to be the one to make that decision. What would I honestly pick? No one's going to like hearing this. I would pick the Traxxas. Just because. But that would be me. That would be my decision. Kind of don't really like the idea that you're offsetting the model. Going to the gallery real quick again. Kind of don't like the idea that you're offsetting the model when you switch it to Lipo. Whether you're going 2S or 3S. There's definitely a little bit more weight on the vehicles. Not to make this video any longer, but I'm going to make a phone call. So I will be right back. Because, see, here's the thing. See this right here? See this thing right here? Pretty sure that one of the reasons why we're paying what we pay for a Traxxas is for the use of this device right here, or your cell phone, whatever, but I'm going to use the landline because my signal isn't really all that great back here, or down here. So, we're going to give old Traxxas the phone call. Bye. All right, so we've got the Traxxas power-up thing here on the screen. Because I can see it looks like that ESC and power system that was for the little 16 scale REVO. I'm gonna see if Traxxas will answer a call. All right, so how do I get a hold of them? So I'm gonna go ahead and just open up another window. Just gonna punch in Traxxas. Just hit anything. Traxxas. Support, is that how to call? All right, let's see. Accessibility, site maps, contact. So go to contact. You know, used to be able to contact Horizon Hobby. Can't do that anymore. All right, so there is a phone number right there. It's 1888 Traxxas. So that's 1888 1888 872 TRAXX 9927.
Thank you for calling Traxxas. If you know your parts extension, you may dial it at any time during this message. If you are a dealer, press 1. For the parts department, press 2. For technical support or general customer assistance, press 3. For the repair department, press 4. To receive a free catalog, press 5. For accounting, press 7.
Free catalog.
To access our company directory, press 8. For all other inquiries, please press 9.
I'm going to go with 3 because I think 3 was what I needed.
For assistance with our electric products, please press 1.
Electric.
For assistance with our nitro products, please press
Electric.
There are 0 callers in the queue.
What?
Call may be monitored and recorded for training and...
Traxxas support, my name is Chris. Can I have your zip code, please?
It's 02360.
Who am I speaking with?
Timothy.
And what can I do for that?
So I was looking at the 1/16 scale REVO. And
Alrighty, sir, you're breaking up really bad and I cannot understand you.
that's weird because I'm on a regular house phone. Can you hear me now?
You're a little better now.
So I am looking at a 1/16 scale REVO. And obviously, you know, the power system in it is brushless. The question that I had was, there's that Traxxas power-up program. Now, is that vehicle upgradable to a better ESC and motor combination?
The brushless is not. We don't have anything over what the brushless already comes with. Now, the brushed, if you went brushed, you can go to brushless.
Right.
For the $105 plus tax.
Okay. Okay. So I can kind of see that, because obviously, you know, you can see that there's the brushed version and the brushless. And the max power rating for that REVO is a 3S, not a 4S, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. So it would not be able to handle a 4S system that's not recommended, right?
Yeah, you'll destroy diffs all day long.
Okay.
I don't even recommend it.
Okay. Well, I just figured you were the guys to ask. You know, it's easy just to give you guys a quick call and say, you know, hey, can this be done? And you answered my question right there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for your help today.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. So apparently you cannot throw a 4S system in there because you said you'll eat up diffs all day long. The thing is, though, is could it fit? Like, I mean, couldn't you put 4S to it and just not go nuts? Man, I'm pretty sure you probably could. It's probably something that people have done online. But see, that's what's great about a phone call. What's great about a phone call is the fact that you can literally just get your answer. So I'm going to return back to the original cut because this is a cut within the cuts. Be right back. So the speed control and the battery is right side weighted. So maybe you'd want the battery on that left side. Yeah. So it's right side weighted. And I guess if you were going to run just a LiPo battery, maybe you'd want to have it on that opposite side. It's funny, it gives a secondary position for a servo. Why is that? Yeah, so anyways, this is RC Guy Garage. I did not make this any easier. What would I pick? I honestly would pick the Traxxas. Is the Hosim fun? Yes. Lower cost. It'll get someone kind of into that hobby thing, but you have to realize in the end, have to realize what you're paying for, what you're buying, what you're getting for your money, which is why it took so long for me to do my store, because I wanted to make sure I had to put my stuff through the tests. I just am transparent. Don't go washing the coasters. Don't put them in the dishwasher. They won't survive. But if you use them just like a coaster, they'll survive. More designed for hot drinks. Can it, hold those cold drinks? Yeah, but if you take a cold iced tea and don't drink it and leave it on a table for hours on end overnight, there is a potential for that sweat to bleed through. And that's where I'm being transparent about this. These coasters are pretty cool. Like I said, you can take a magnet, stick it on the backside, and go ahead and throw it right on your refrigerator. So I got the coasters. I kept a couple for myself. I've been using them. They're surviving. They do get wet. They do absorb the wetness like they're supposed to. But like I said, if you leave it on there for hours on end, the sweat eventually does go through, and you can't blame me for your negligence. So anyways, this is RC Guy Garage. And yeah, the Hosim's cool, but honestly, I would pick Traxxas. Yeah. Man, and this is a Hosim video. So anyways, this is RC Guy Garage. Like I always say, just get out there and rip it.